through, fumbling through, fumbling through, fumbling through, fumbling through.
Greetings, wonderful people, and welcome to Fumble Through.
Fumble through.
A podcast that comes straight from the Phantom Zone. We're a bunch of old nerds who enjoy role-playing games and throwing dice at each other. This is a real play podcast that explores the D20 Pathfinder system, though we like to beg, borrow, and steal from a massive range of sources and systems. So join us on a fantastic journey into the realm of fantasy where we get to explore our deepest hidden depths of our psyches. And hit us up on our social media pages at Fumble Through Podcast at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. How'd I do with that, Lindsay?
Sure, good.
My name's Justin, and I'll be running the game for this session. And joining me in the Fumble Factory is Brett.
Hi, I've been thinking about why doesn't glue stick to the inside of a bottle?
Do we want to go into it now? How long have we got?
I don't know. I've just been thinking about it.
Mikey's giving me the finger off mic. I don't like it.
Oh, sorry.
I know he's giving it to you on mic as well.
Yeah.
I've seen that finger on mic.
On mic.
Speaking of Mike. And Mikey!
Hello, I'm Mikey, and I think that the 1978 Battlestar Galactica is way better than 2012.
Yep.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's controversial.
I think the right response is like a Muppet.
Nice.
Lindsay?
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm man enough to admit my wife watches more sports than me.
And our special guest star for tonight, Luke.
Hi, I'm Luke. And apologies about last week where I came unprepared.
You wrote that down.
Oh, I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things, okay? But like I said to my old wife, honey, I don't drive any faster than I can see. Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
Oh, wow. What movie was that from, Luke?
Only the best movie of all time is Big Trouble in Little China. Jack Button, you leave Jack Button alone.
Yeah, man.
The Pork Chop Express. Did you just offend yourself?
I think I might have done, yeah.
This week's question to get us going, if you could cast one spell in real life, what spell would it be?
Wish.
Dancing Lights.
Oh, the most powerful spell.
The most powerful spell. The first question was which.
Yeah.
What wish? You get 3 wishes.
Yeah, sweet.
What would you wish for?
Obviously, a sultan. As long
It's
as I
me,
say
I'm a wish.
So you don't want to be the Sultan, you want a Sultan.
Oh, sweet.
No, sorry, sultanas. I like sultanas.
All right, Lindsay, what spell would you cast if you could cast any spell in real life?
I'd probably go something just like fly.
Just once.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is it once, ever? Or is it you learn one spell and that's the only spell you can ever cast?
I think if it's a 3rd level or lower spell, you can cast it once a day.
Oh,
Anything above that,
actually,
just once.
Racial spell.
you know, it'd be great. Prestidigitation because it does everything.
It doesn't do everything.
It does everything.
You could make a good living on Vegas.
You never need to do washing.
True. Hairstyles.
Right.
Change the color of your clothes. You only need to buy one set of clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, boom.
I think this is saying a lot about you, Lindsay. Because I've only ever seen you in one set of clothes.
That's because he's woke.
I'm sorry I don't have 350 Star Wars shirts.
Oh, that's not an
It's
insult.
not a burn, man. It's not a burn.
That's a thing of pride.
Yeah, man.
I'll put it out there publicly because I love it.
All right, Brett, what would you cast if you could cast any spell? In real life?
Silence.
Actually, I can see you very much in very many situations. Just like, I've got to silence.
Yep, once a day.
Only once a day.
Mainly when I get up.
It only lasts for 2 seconds.
Sometimes I need to do it on me, not everyone else, but I think it would be worthwhile.
I would choose the spell Charm. Yeah.
You've got to get some
Charm
somehow.
person.
Oh, I thought you meant
Charm, the
three.
TV show.
The 3 witches, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I'm kind of torn between teleportation and charm.
No, Dimension Door, come on.
Yeah, dimension door.
Dimension
That's
door,
what
yeah.
you'd want, hey.
Some kind of long striding movement.
But only once a day, it'd suck.
Yeah.
You get there, you
can
can't get
there,
back.
You can't get back.
Yeah.
It is an interesting thing, though, thinking about a spell coming into the real world because it changes the context of the power of certain spells. Like a charm spell becomes so much more powerful in this world where nobody can do that, or a fly spell where no one else can fly.
Question. Does charm work through a podcast?
Well, not for me.
I think we'll get some feedback on that on our socials.
Ladies.
I've been thinking about a similar question, Justin, that when you're playing the game in a world where healing is so easy, do people care about pain because they know that they're just going to get healed back up again? Like, you know, oh, yeah, that's going to really hurt. That's going to knock my arm off. Oh, but you healed it. It's fine. Do I really care? Do you
Is
get
it
used
high
to
magic ball, though? Can everyone afford healing? Is it like American healing? Only for the rich.
Now I take you to the Imaginatorium, where you inhabit the characters of Flopsy, McCarthy, Decath, and Reg, a place where adventure awaits. The mist that surrounds you fades along with the slick, greasy feeling of magic that's in the air. This cold snow that cushioned the landing beneath you is now creeping into your bones. You look around and you seem to be in a snowy mountainous area, and judging by the thinness of the air, you're most likely at altitude. A mountain sits not too far away, its exposed rocky sides a break from the monotonous white of the snow. At least the rain that was falling around you before in Newsham has transformed into a clear blue sky. You're not sure if it's the cold or going through the portal, but your fingers are beginning to tingle. What are you guys
Ooh.
going to do?
We went from rain, getting soaked in the rain, to now sitting in the snow.
This is ridiculous. I start to take off my wet jacket and pull out my winter clothes from
Ooh.
my backpack and start to rug up.
Flopsy is a little concerned because all of his stuff is sitting in a cart somewhere. He's got very little on him. The cold doesn't bother him. It's never ever bothered him. But he's a little concerned he's away from all of his stuff. He's got not a lot on him but what's on his back.
Miles pulls his leather overcoat close to him and is like, "What the fuck happened?"
Reg turns to Flopsy. Flopsy, you're supposed to tell me before you're going to pull a stunt like this.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Was it the boy? Was it you?
If it was, I didn't mean to.
You got that orcish poetry out again?
No, we were just sitting around. It was
With that same greasy thing when those creatures arrived. That wasn't you, boy. That was something supernatural or magical beyond our power. I don't understand it. That's very concerning for me. I understand most things.
So little Reg just taking a surveillance of the surroundings. Is there anything of note?
It's mostly like snow.
White.
With white snow, freshly fallen. The sky is clear. It's a beautiful day. And there's a mountain
Time of day?
just off. Probably mid-morning,
Good,
you would
okay.
think, like the sun sort of just reaching its horizon. Now, Decath, as you're sitting there, you got the ring that came off that black dragon, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I threw that to
He
Flopsy, I
slid
believe.
down his
Resized
sword, his
tape.
rapier to Flopsy.
So are you wearing that ring?
Yeah, Flopsy put it on straight away.
So the ring on your finger, are you wearing it on your finger or on your tail?
Were they the only
Don't-
two options?
Oh, no. Oh, Mr. Frodo.
One ring to
No,
rule.
look, Flopsy would know that ring has powers that he couldn't understand. I'll put it on so I can keep examining this through the day and it's easy to reach. Just put it on this finger here.
The ring right now
It's
is
vibrating?
emanating a warmth. It seems to pulse a little bit and it's quite warm on your finger in terms of, as that greasy feeling in the air dissipates, so does the warmth of the ring. It starts to move away, it starts to dissipate, and it starts to fade away.
Can I do a magical examination as it's warm?
You can.
I'll use my arcane reservoir to jump straight into that.
So, Flopsy, you're going to use your arcane reservoir. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So he has an arcane reservoir and an ability, supernatural ability to see magic. He can, as if detect magic for 3 rounds. It happens instantly with an automatic arcana check at 24, and then his spellcraft check on top of that, which is a natural 19. Get in. Beauty.
Nice.
27.
A 27. Your roll is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
it is.
But you are still at a loss as to exactly what this ring is. With that roll, you know that it's emanating magic. Somehow it's tied to these portals. Something is connecting those two things together, but it's not a real magic item that you can just identify. Something is shifting in here. It's ever moving. It's an ethereal kind of concept that you can't grasp with those kind of, the normal constraints of magic. It's outside the physics of magic, for want of a better term.
This is beyond the laws of all known magic, and I'll need some time. Flopsy's quite concerned, so he'll go off to the corner and just kind of think about stuff, mumbling to himself, trying to...
Corner of the mountain?
where the yellow snow is.
No, don't eat. No. We should get off the mountain, though. We should start moving towards shelter. It will get cold.
One thing that I want to circle back to. So Decath has put on some cold weather gear. Is anyone else equipped with cold weather gear or anything that will protect them from the cold? Because you are standing in snow right now and you've come from not a cold climate, you've come from a fairly just a normal climate, and your clothes probably aren't exactly equipped for this cold.
Well, it was,
But they'll be wet
it was
as well, won't
pissing
they?
rain, yeah. So
Yeah.
it would be, yeah.
So I've got a change of clothes that I will switch into
Okay.
to obviously because that will take the edge off of the.
Is that mankini?
Turn your eyes away.
Miles,
Hey, I'm up here.
as mentioned last episode, Miles literally has no gear on him whatsoever except what's on his person.
Flopsy's only got his bag with not much in it. There's some arcane equipment and stuff,
Mhm.
but he's never felt the cold, given his heritage.
Explain.
Tieflings are resistant to cold 5.
But I guess the two characters that are kind of a bit warm right now are Flopsy and Decath, because Decath's got some cold weather gear because he
So
came
nice.
prepared as
Yeah.
an adventurer,
Correct.
and Flopsy just lucked this one out. Oh, sorry, built his character well.
So
Don't laugh, Lindsay.
the point of least resistance down the mountain is where we'll go.
Okay,
We're going down the mountain, yeah.
Yeah. Well, why would you go up?
right. So which direction? I guess the only real geographical feature that you can see is the
Down.
mountain.
Down.
Is towards the mountains.
Down.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I
And
think
you
down.
So you start trudging through the snow. The snow is probably about calf deep at this point in time. Does anyone have survival?
Yep.
Okay, just make a survival check. to
it's
see.
Can
not
you see
great.
over calf deep
Yeah,
snow?
you'd be crotch deep.
Can I
at
help
least.
you?
I'm head deep, surely.
Can I help you?
Oh,
It depends. What's your modifier? Because mine's not great.
I also will.
I can't help
roll
you.
to aid.
20.
20.
I do not help you.
Okay. On a 20, number one, as you start trudging through the snow, you've got little Reg is in front, and he starts to detect the path of least resistance going through the snow drifts, making sure you're staying away from deeper snow. I guess it's in your best interest, given that you're only a halfling, so that you don't. I mean, for you, it's not calf length; it's probably waist
shoulder,
deep.
yeah.
Yeah. But
I love
also,
how he's clearing the path through the snow as well. It's like-
I would assume that little Reg, being a halfling, is walking a little higher on the snow than everybody else, as he doesn't
Lighter.
sink. Yeah, he's lighter,
No.
so he doesn't sink.
I would imagine that Reggie's about as wide as he is tall,
Yes, I'm
though,
quite
right?
cubic, yes.
You walk for about an hour over just plain snow. By this point, the time has come to the snow has eeped into your bones. Can I just get a fortitude save? This is a save against the cold that is starting to seep in. With that survival check, with Reg actually leading you through the more solid places, you're not as cold, so you can have a +2 from his survival check. And if you have a cold weather outfit, you can add another +5 to that.
That was fantastic.
On-
That is bullshit.
That gives me a 12.
If you want even more bullshit, Flopsy, you don't have to make this check because you are immune to this cold.
I would imagine that while the cold isn't affecting Flopsy, the strain of walking through the snow might well do.
That's more about the actual trudgery than anything.
Hmm.
You've made your fortitude saves. What did you get?
12.
Decath? Decath got a 12. Decath, you are actually starting to freeze, even with the cold weather gear.
I should have changed my underwear.
Yeah, somehow you haven't done the right thing, and
Yeah.
you have taken a 4 non-lethal points of damage. Now, remember, your non-lethal acts from the top down. If your non-lethal reaches your lethal damage, you fall unconscious. You don't die. It's a little bit different, but you do fall unconscious. What did you get, please, McCarthy?
Miles rolled a 20.
A 20.
Nice.
You have staved off the effects of the cold as you're trudging
Yeah,
through.
even
though-
in his wet clothes.
And Reg.
So as Reg is leading the way and getting most of the exposure on the snow, even with a +5 on his fort save and a +2 for the survival, I get a grand total of 12.
Oh, that's not great. 2 points of non-lethal damage for you. And
Nice.
Flopsy, now your check is more
Much
around
more
the
of a
physical.
fatigue,
Yeah.
I would think.
Let's hit. What'd you get?
18.
18.
18.
It's been an hour of trudging through the snow. What are your characters sort of reacting? You've had a bit of time together to talk about, you've been transported from Newsham. This is a whole new space. What's the talk after about 5-10 minutes? I get the feeling that you'd probably have a bit of time on your hands trudging through that snow. Over the last hour, what's been the topic of discussion?
This coat does nothing. I spent so much money on these clothes and they do nothing.
The goggles don't work.
Maybe I should take the wet clothes off underneath.
That's what I was about to say. At least you're dry. So, what do we think's happening with this teleport portal thing?
I have no bloody idea.
How far do we think we've gone?
Maybe if we get to a library, I could do some research, but there's nothing that I know of right now and no extra impetus that allows me to understand what the hell is going on. What I do know is this is bloody awful walking in the snow. My calves are sore, my legs are sore. I've not had to work so hard, and I haven't had a hot pocket all day.
Can I make a knowledge nature to try and see how far away our nearest
What he calls the
mountain
ring.
was, or would that be geography?
Oh, you can see it in front of you. I mean,
No, but like from where we were, would it be geography to know how close we would have to be to anywhere that was this cold? I'm trying to figure out how far from where we were.
have you travelled?
Yeah, from where
Did
we
we
got.
come from a temperate zone to a
Oh,
Arctic
you mean
region?
portal.
like geographically
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
are? No, that would be knowledge geography. So knowledge geography would be able to make you look around and see different geographical features in the landscape. All you know is you're at altitude somewhere. Like, yeah, I guess the akin to that is how do you know the difference between the Himalayas and the Alps?
Well,
Well, yeah, that's supposed the question is, was there anything like where we are in the area of where we were?
Definitely
so
not.
I've got
in the-
nature, so I was thinking like maybe there's some trees. I could go, oh, that's a potted elm. They only grow in.
The one thing that you could
Nice.
probably say is you are nowhere close to the Manor Waste.
We
The
ain't in
Manor-
Kansas anymore.
We knew when those creatures, the slurk and the gorilla, popped in, they came from somewhere very, very far away. They don't come from the regions we were at. Certainly, we're not going to get to the observatory anytime soon.
This is not a normal occurrence in your world, teleporting?
No,
Are you stealing my accent?
pardon me. I apologize. I do speak. I speak a bit of Elven. Sometimes I slide back into
Hey,
the
this happens
dialect.
sometimes.
Pardonnez-moi.
See, this is the first time out of the Elven City for me, so I thought that this was all wild magic areas. This is not normal?
No. The reason we were in the Manor Waste is there's weird influxes of non-magic that happens and things don't work as they should. As we have seen, I think this might be a part of the Manor Wastes.
No?
But I've got a feeling, given the energy emanating from the ring, that it may have something to do with it. That was quite the dragon, and it did talk about the Dark Tapestry, which has some powers that we are yet to fully understand.
It seems a mystery is unfolding. It is lucky we are here.
If we get to a library, there would be some great adventuring.
Do you think?
Libraries, always the library.
Do you think that dragon's going to be after that ring? He looked fucking scary.
I wonder if he's more after this claw.
Oh.
Flopsy holds up the claw that chopped off with it.
As you're moving through the snow, you're having a bit of a conversation. Just everybody make a perception check.
I'm not. Nobody's talking to me. I'm at the front, trudging through the damn snow.
Are you happy about that, Reg?
No, I'm bloody not.
Natty 20.
Oh, nice. Natty
Crap,
20.
11.
11 total? It's decent.
That
So
makes
again,
it
so-
21.
20, Natty 20. 21.
So preoccupied with the snow, I only rolled a 13.
Okay.
13 for Flopsy. He's right behind Miles, trying to let Miles break the wind, the snow, the everything.
Okay.
Oh, Miles is breaking wind, all right.
Miles, you're the only one that's going to hear this, but you can hear the crunch of feet and kind of the movement ahead of somebody over a snowdrift. You think there's somebody or something over the next little hill.
Guys, I hear movement up ahead.
Obviously, I'm at the front of the queue. If
Yeah.
you're whispering, I'm not going to hear a thing. So I'm just going to keep trudging through the snow. So unless
Nice.
somebody taps me on the back and
So-
says, stop.
What's their marching order?
I believe it was Reg, Flopsy, Miles, and I'm at the rear.
I would grab Reginald by the back of the shirt and
you
double
won't
tap
go,
on the
love.
shoulder. Shh, what's up ahead?
Now that you've all kind of settled down, stopped moving, you can hear like a from over that next snowdrift.
What are we rolling? What are you
I
rolling?
don't know. What are you doing?
I'm going to go stealth and try and sneak up to the edge
Sure,
of the...
draw weapons and move ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to go on stealth as well. Why
Another
not?
natty 20.
Oh, nice.
Check
You are
those dice.
on fire.
Nice.
But again, 21.
Still
21 stealth.
on
So I
fire.
rolled a stealth. I actually rolled a 1,
Okay.
but I get a 13.
13.
Dang,
stealth.
17.
Decath gets a 17 and Flopsy.
16.
Pretty stealthy rolls across the board, except for the halfling. Very
That's actually supposed to be my jam as well,
Oh,
unfortunately,
yeah.
with a plus 12. And then my
Embarrassing.
I imagine this a little bit like Han Solo and Chewbacca coming over the snowdrift to look at the droid, and you guys pop your head over the snowdrift,
and I go,
Moving through the snow without much of a care is a humanoid figure with pale skin and starkly white hair, a large menacing axe at its belt, and its tough banded leather armor is both softened by fur of animals. Dragging behind it is the carcass of a bear that looks tiny in its hands, kind of giving you the first idea that this humanoid is a lot bigger in scale than you are. Bloody drag marks in the snow mark the path from where this creature has come, dragging the bear from it. and you're looking back towards the clear path. It goes back towards the mountains. You just see this giant figure just dragging a dead bear.
Gentlemen, if we let this thing go, perhaps the bear had a cave that we could rest in for the night.
Yeah. I don't want to mess with that thing. That's
I'm watching Mikey just go, I could take that.
For all 20.
I certainly
If you
can.
know that
Because if
Yetis...
it's big to you guys, it's absolutely gigantic to me.
Sorry, Miles, what were you doing?
it does look a bit scary. I don't know if we want to take something like that.
I don't see any reason in picking a fight if we can just let the fight walk on by.
The Kath pulls the hammer back on his pistol.
Or
So is there a
fight,
blood trail
perhaps.
all the way from wherever it came from?
Yeah, you see like behind it, because it's dragging that bear through the snow, there's a clear furrow in the snow that you can clearly see footprints. It's not too hard to follow. It might require a bit of a survival check to follow those pathways, but you can follow where it came from.
So with a 13 on a survival check, do I feel like I can track that back?
Easy.
Alternatively, there is a bear that we could eat. We don't have much food.
It obviously knows where the cave is because bears hibernate in the winter, so
Do you think it's ever not winter up here?
touche.
The Kath would be, look, after Miles' comment, he would have gone, yeah, but then after Brett,
All right, so what are you guys going to do?
I mean, we could.
Look, and then on the other hand, there is a nice warm pelt for Miles if we skin this thing correctly. Let's take it.
Flopsy, I don't think I can trip something that big.
The bear's already dead.
Like my uncle used to say, try or try not.
And then he died, jumping off the roof.
Look, I don't mind whether we want to attack it or not. I'm not worried. Miles, do you want a warm coat? Anyone feeling hungry?
I mean, look, in character, yeah, he'd be keen to attack, but I think we can kill the giant.
In character, this would be one of the biggest things you have ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Because the gorilla thing was large, right?
The gorilla thing wasn't large. It was a medium
Oh, I thought
creature.
it
It was
was
just
large.
a
It was just
big
freaking
medium
huge, yeah.
creature.
Flopsy, no matter what, would be staring at it.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Look at its
What
large gate.
knowledge could we make about this thing to figure out what it
A
is?
knowledge local would be enough to try and figure out. Does anyone have knowledge local? This is a humanoid creature, and I believe knowledge local is the thing that you need for humanoids.
I understand that's correct, yeah.
I have no knowledges at all.
I have no knowledge either here.
I'm not from around
But
here.
interestingly, if we're not from around here and we don't know where we are, how can we dip into knowledge local?
Knowledge local is like local customs. Don't think of it as the local area. That's a misgivings. It's really around local customs rather than your knowledge of a local area. It's knowing different customs and cultures.
It's also about the creatures that inhabit those areas.
That's
So
correct.
humanoids are normally the creatures in those spaces.
Mhm. Does anybody have local knowledge?
No,
Nope.
No.
I think we've established that.
I think we follow the bear trail back to wherever it came from.
So the giant creature is dragging a bear. You know it's not a polar bear. It's either a brown or a grizzly or a black bear, something along that. But you don't identify it.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a bear. So let's follow the blood trail back and see where the bear was killed.
I would suggest let that big thing walk off first.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. You give it a few minutes and it disappears off over a couple of drifts. You wait an appropriate amount of time before there's no sound anymore, giving you guys free access to the trail from whence it came.
Cool. So we go with the 12 I rolled earlier. The child cool.
Shuffle, shuffle,
All
shuffle.
right. And you start shuffling down the trail. Eventually, the trail leads into a greener area. So there's trees that start to pop up as you get lower in altitude. You start getting a bit closer to the mountains. There's still snow everywhere, but it's a bit more sheltered. It's certainly not as cold here because it does have that little bubble of shelter inside it. And eventually, you get to a crack in the wall of the mountain that shows clear signs of movement in the ground. There's muddy and trampled footprints going into this crack into the mountain. And a blood trail from where the bear was dragged can clearly be seen from even the distance that you are.
Sorry, what kind of tracks are they?
Either brown or grizzly or black.
Bear tracks.
You can see the blood trail very clearly from the drag mark, but you can also see the big footprints in there. But
what
the
I mean,
other
that's
the
the
other
only
tracks
kind of-
look like animals, but it's because it's a thoroughfare. You can see, probably
But
where the
wildlife
bear,
tracks
where
is
the
what-
bears moved in and out.
Can I have a listen to see if there's anything going on inside?
Of course you
Any
can.
noises?
Natural 20, 21.
No.
Loaded fucking dice here.
12.
Yeah.
12 perception.
Very suspicious.
That's 12 perception. So with a 12 perception, you don't hear too much.
Might have a listen as well.
Yep.
Because it does make sense that we would all just cock our ears to
Well, there may be another bear.
What, your ears?
I rolled
Sure.
a 12.
16.
Oh, that's good.
20.
Oh. The person that doesn't hear anything the best is Reg.
Stood there listening.
In we go.
I really hope that was your teeth chattering.
Yes, it was.
Because that
Either
action
that or
did not
my-
look like that.
Why was he moved his hips though?
His hips don't lie. So you get to a point. Are you going to approach the cave?
Oh yeah, weapons out.
Yeah.
All right, marching order, please. Who's going first?
I'll go first. I'll stealth in.
Who's going second?
I'll go second.
How distance between you? Like, what's your approach? Describe it.
How dark is it in there?
In the cave?
Mm.
Well, pretty dark. It's a cave without light.
Well, I'm not going to be able to see, so
There'll be light coming in from the opening, you think? It just depends how far in you go.
So I'll stealth. I'll go in first and have a little check about 10, 15 feet ahead of everybody else.
So you're going to move up. Are you guys all going to move together, or are you going to
Can
split
you
up a
see
little?
in the dark?
No.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. So I'll stealth in behind him.
So the two of you are going to go there. You guys staying behind, or are you following, or are you?
I think
gonna
we'll give them
time?
20 foot
Okay.
distance so that my light doesn't bleed into their space.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll be good. In we go. Stealth check.
I'll be able to see the back of them in their shadow and not lose them, but not give their presence away.
Oh, that's nice. 26.
Miles,
stealth.
you wanna hang with
Ooh,
me?
26
Yeah.
is magnificent. What is your bonus on stealth?
None of your business, really.
Plus 9. It's too stealthy for me to
Plus,
know.
yeah, plus 9.
Plus 9.
Oh.
Excellent. Wow. I thought Reg was supposed to be the stealthy character. What's your stealth bonus, Reg?
12 plus 12.
Oh,
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, you certainly haven't rolled like
Yeah,
it.
No, no. Well, I got 25 there.
I mean,
rolled
it's a lot
13.
easier for him to hide.
Yeah.
Because he's so little.
Yeah.
You move up, so you guys are about 20 feet apart from each other. The group, we'll call Decath and Reg Group A, and we'll call Miles and Flopsy Group Death. So Group A approaches the cave.
Yep.
The interior of the cave gives you immediate protection from the cold outside. This cave
Oh,
is,
nice.
is a really nice geographical feature that keeps you out of harm's way of the environment outside. You think that even with a fire inside here that you'll definitely be able to warm up, and that
Nice.
this place would be a good place to stay. The floor of the cavern of this cave is littered with the bones of animals, and you can see like a nest of sorts in the corner of the cave made with rags and sticks and animal hides, stuff that's found all over the place that's been dragged in here. You can see even parts of like clothing is inside there. Nothing intact. It's more rags, but obviously at some point maybe a person's been mauled or whatever that's come inside here.
Nice.
It's dark and it doesn't really smell great. It's got that musty smell of a bear that's been inhabiting. And at the back of the cave, you can see that there is a smaller passage that leads deeper into the cave, probably not even big enough for a bear to have actually accessed. So the passage is good for a small character. Other characters probably have to kind of crawl through there and squeeze.
I'll sort of motion ahead to Reg and we'll
So
sneak
this
up
is-
to the hole.
Sorry, just to confirm, this is not in the dark. We can see this either way.
In this cave, because the cave entrance is there, so this part of the cave, it's shadowy light.
Okay.
Okay. And
So-
I think Flopsy said he's got a light source.
I've cast light on myself, so on a little rock that I'm holding. So there'll be 20 feet of light from me and then 20
Okay.
feet of shadowy kind of illumination after that.
Well, the good thing is if we can get through this hole into a bigger area, that giant won't be able to come back and eat us.
So, 24 to stealth up to the hole.
24 to stealth up the hole, yeah.
Yeah,
You
just sort of peer in.
Yeah, it's a little kind of a tunnel. So you would have to get on all fours and sort of crawl through the tunnel into the next section. It's a fissure in the wall in the
Okay.
back of the cave.
I just wait for you guys to come in. Yeah.
Shall we
Well, 23 stealth up behind you then.
check out the outdoor part of the cave before pressing in, or are we okay to...
I was just checking no one was here.
Ah,
I think I can get in that hole.
What's the attack? So we've got Team A have stealthed up to this crack in the cave entrance at the back. They've done so fairly stealthily, almost where Miles and Flopsy, you kind of turn around and wonder where they are.
It seems safe in here.
we should press on or check this part of the cave out, or are we going into that crevasse?
I'd like to get warm.
take the clothes off. I'll rub you down.
I thought maybe a fire would be better.
Yes.
How much of the opening can I see into?
It's probably about 20 feet, but it's a small cave that the way that it is, you can't, it's not like a through tunnel that you can see from the entrance.
Okay, let's get warmed.
I go outside. Decatha go outside and get wood. Any wood you can find to start a fire.
The nest itself has a bit of wood inside it, but yeah, you can definitely find some wood from outside in the wooded area.
Okay, once I get some wood, I'm going to take it back in the hole. Start a fire.
So do we need more wood than that?
We probably would to keep us going all night.
Allow me to go get some more from the nest and carry as much as I can.
Oh, we should let's have a search while we're...
Should we search around out here? Let's do a search.
Everybody make a perception check.
Is there a reason why we shouldn't take 20?
No, not at all.
Is there any rush?
No.
So you do a search around the cave looking for different things. So what's your approach to that? You're going to take 20 like
I'd
you
say
said?
20, 22.
Yeah. 22.
Oh,
20 as well, Michael.
22, but I rolled for mine.
21.
21.
Dang.
Oh, sucks to be you.
It's cold.
You do your search. Miles, you're kind of walking through, kind of having a look, and in one of the cracks you find a piece of paper just sort of stuck there. Like it's blown in and kind of flown into the side of the cave.
He's going to pick it up and open it.
You open it and there's explosive. No. You open it and on the piece of paper is magical writing. You don't know what the writing is. Even as you look at it, the writing shifts and changes and it kind of undulates. It looks like something you've never really seen before, spidery in its kind of
He's going to
script.
concentrate really hard and see if he can figure out what it says.
So you concentrate really hard.
I'm going to roll a percentile check.
Okay.
That's 81.
You concentrate really hard on this piece of paper, and all of a sudden, your eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and you feel a tingling through your entire body. All of a sudden, this spidery language starts moving together, and you can see that written on this scroll is kind of a spell, something that you can understand, something that you can actually cast. You think it might be a scroll of grief.
Flopsies. I found this thing, and I'm pretty sure it's a magic scroll of Greece.
How did you read that, boy? That's
It was all like
magical writing.
floating words and weird symbols, and I kind of concentrated really hard, and suddenly I felt all tingly, and then it kind of like formed up into...
Well, that's uncanny. When I have to read magic, I need a verbal and a somatic component and a prism to look through, and you can just do it by concentrating. You are quite the boy.
Thank you. It kind of feels like, you can see him kind of like stand up a little straight and goes,
Flopsy will grab the piece of paper and make sure it's a scroll of Greece.
So you look at it and it is
He's a
definitely
T-bird.
a scroll of Greece. At the same time as you're doing that, Reg, you kind of are poking around that nest a little bit and you come out with a quill that's from a large feathered creature. All the feathers have been stripped off, so it's just that quill part. But somebody's taken this quill that's about a foot long and
So that's massive on me then.
and
basically.
carved into it. It's a very large kind of spiny thing, but you can definitely tell it's the inside of a feather.
Yep.
And somebody's taken
Somebody's
the
worked
time
it.
to actually carve around it. It's about, it tapers at one end, it's thick on the other.
Cool. So
Like
I
a
walk
boat.
up to Flopsy and, here, Flopsy, look, I've just found this massive feather. It's like Gert massive. Look at this. It's got writing on it or something. What do you reckon?
That's almost as tall as you are.
I know, right?
Wow.
It's no good for a hat for me.
Let me try and decipher the writing on that.
Mm-hmm. It's not writing, it's more scroll. It's decorative.
Detect magic.
You detect magic, you definitely...
It's a magical piece of quilldus.
Well, you better hold on to that then, eh?
I look at it for 3 rounds,
Okay.
and then I do a knowledge arcana,
Yes?
and then I do a spellcraft to identify it.
So in the first round, you identify it as a magic item. It emanates a not a huge magical aura. In the second round, you can do your Arcana check. What's your Arcana check, or is that with that other thing that gets you a massive?
No, I'm not using that this time. This is a normal arcana check, 25.
A 25. Well, same massive thing. It's a conjuration magic.
And then the last one is to understand natural 1.
And,
Boo.
and a natural 1. You are very not sure.
9.
Yeah, you are really not sure what spell. It's some kind of conjuration spell, but you really can't figure out what type of magical spell is contained within that. At the same time, Miles,
Yes.
you're looking and your eyes are still kind of adjusting to the light, and you kind of look over this wand and you see a magical aura glowing from it. You see something a little bit strange. You can see that's again like that spidery magic through your eyesight coming through.
That quill thing's glowing.
Good. What do you see, boy?
I just see more weird symbols, kind of like on
Concentrate
that
on them. Put them together in your mind.
Just roll a d20 for me, Lindsay.
5.
A 5. You kind of, you've almost grasped something, but it kind of fails, and that glow just sort of dissipates from the magical aura around
Nope,
it.
it's gone. The glow's gone.
Flopsy will just take that. Do you mind if I hang on to this and keep studying it?
I don't want it.
Just okay.
Yep.
He'll pocket it
All
for
yours,
further
Flopsy.
interrogation.
All yours.
And you guys are kind of doing that to and fro. The three of you are gathered around. You see Decath kind of stand up, and he turns around, and there's a piece of paper stuck to his back.
Decath, you have toilet paper on your back.
Ahmed.
Hopefully not.
You kind of pick it off, and again, that same kind of spidery writing is on this sheaf of paper.
Miles?
Have I seen you do it with the weird crystal thing?
I pull a crystal out and when I try and read magic, I pull a crystal out, say some words, gesture with my hands.
Can I try with your crystal thing?
Try this. Hold this crystal in front of your eyes. It might focus the writing into a more palatable mindset.
So while this is going on, Reg is just like going like tennis, kind of like between the two of them, as it say, "What the hell is going on here?"
And I'm getting dry clothes on.
So you hold up this crystal to your eyes, and what happens?
As I turn like the quartz around and kind of like reflect the light, the magic symbols that are on the paper kind of seem to align in a better, more understandable way to me, and I suddenly like reading it in a language I don't even understand myself.
Just your fingers like this, and it will focus the words into the prism so you can read them more gently.
Okay. I follow the commands that Flopsy is kind of teaching me, and it definitely helps make it easier to understand and read magic.
And so you read magic for the first time. You have control
Second
of
time.
a spell. Well, this is the first time you have control of it. The first time you did it, you kind of lucked into it. This time you deliberately have moved your hands. You've used the right focus, and you see on there the idea, the image of the magic comes through that you can maybe use this scroll to put your hands together in kind of a V shape, and a jet of fire will emanate from them. In game terms, burning hands.
Afterburner.
Afterburner.
This spell looks a bit frightening.
Flame fan.
Here, you can have this one.
Correct. I will have all of them.
You build a fire, obviously.
Yeah, fire's been
and
going for
you
a while.
kind of build a camp. You start warming up a little bit. This is obviously, a lot different from the night that you spent yesterday in the rain outside of Newsham being chased by hillbillies.
Now that we're settled and a bit drier, I think that we should investigate this small cave at the back.
Have you dried off on the fire and everything?
Yeah, I'm quite nice now.
Decath, before we head back there, you seem quite proficient with that weapon of yours. I've seen you pull it out when that large creature was walking past, as if you thought you might be able to at least give it a run for its money.
If you do not have confidence, what is the point?
Oh,
In my mind, I'm the greatest fighter ever. I just need to show everyone else.
I think I've seen a glimpse of that. That time you jumped from horse to horse was quite fantastic.
I must have missed that part.
You were in the bag, I believe.
You were on your way, I think.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, this is out of my realm. I'll follow you, Decath and Reginald. Miles, if you've got any...
Well, I'm just going to suggest maybe the Reggie goes first because
I'm small.
Yes, literally that.
Oh,
We don't need to squeeze
man
you.
syndrome.
It's going to be hard for us to fight if we encounter anything in there.
Sure. Reg just pulls a piece of raw Russian meat with a little chew. All right,
Yeah.
boys, let's do this.
You'll need some light through there, unless you can see in the dark.
Do you want my rock of light? You can put it in your pocket if you need to go dark. And
I'm happy to take your stones anytime. Vopsy. Let's go.
Oh, Richie.
So you start moving through the corridor. Are you all of you getting on hands and knees? I guess, Reggie, you can crouch and get through that corridor with ease. Everybody else who's medium-sized is going to have to actually crawl.
Yeah, we'll just human centipede it through.
That's right. Crouching tiger, little child. And yeah.
You're moving first, obviously?
Yes.
Yep. Just make an acrobatics check for me to make sure you don't get snagged or stuck on your way through. It's a lot of-
14.
14's easy. You kind of slip through with it with the greatest of ease. Who's coming next?
That'll be me to Kath. And that is a reflex of 12.
You managed to get through with the greatest of ease without too many issues. Who's coming after that?
This dice is amazing. Natty 20.
So Miles starts coming through with
Check,
a
somebody touch it.
natty
Yeah.
20. 21?
Acrobatics, is it?
Yep.
Yes, 21.
I have a +1 for all skills. So again, you move through with the greatest of ease, not getting snagged, and coming up from the rear, Flopsy.
I'm bloody caught on the bloody edge of the bloody 8.
An 8, you get snagged. So you get snagged on one of the rocks. Maybe the backpack gets
I
kind
was
of
thinking of tail.
My tail's got caught. I can't move it. I'm
and
stuck.
you guys hear from further up the tunnel that Flopsy's in a bit of trouble.
Is that who? Hang on. McCarthy
seems
over
like
here.
I'm left
Surely
alone.
we're too far forward up the
I can't get back
Oh,
there. so-
channel.
Yeah, well, but I guess the only person that is in a position to help you is McCarthy. So
I
with
was
a-
just trying to figure out how I turn around and get over the back of him.
Flopsy might just back out and try again.
so you back out and try again.
You okay, Flopsy?
Running start this time. 19.
19.
That's
19
better.
is
Nice.
definitely enough for you to get through that tunnel. You get to the end of the tunnel, and the edge of a ledge is the main thing that you come out to. You see a massive cavern that spreads out in front of you, but in front of you is a crevasse that stretches about 20 feet. There is a 2-foot ledge that crosses it like a bridge that would require some type of check to move over, a very dangerous check to move over, as a matter of fact, because if you want to keep going deeper into this complex, that's what you're going to have to do.
Reggie?
You got any rope?
No,
He
I
nala.
have no rope.
Oh, I have
Does
I do.
anybody got Reggie.
So Reggie takes out his rope, ties it around his waist, and then turns to Descartes. Mate, I'm trusting you with my life. Don't let go. And then I will attempt to then cross, concerned at Descartes' nonchalance at my.
You start moving across the
Crevasse.
small ledge across the crevasse. Another acrobatics check, please. So let's see.
So I rolled a 19, which gives me an acrobatics of 29.
Of 29.
Four.
You dance across the 20-foot gap, get to the other side, and now you have a rope that is extended across the entire part. If you can manage to maybe
Find somewhere to
hold
secure
that
it.
or secure
Yep.
it, that'll make that acrobatics check a lot easier for
Cool, cool,
everybody who has to come across afterwards.
Hmm.
Who's
I
going,
made it.
Who's
I'm all
going
good.
next?
He made that pretty easily, didn't he?
He made that really easy. He made that look amazingly easy. He's he's a lot smaller in scale though. So a
Dainty,
small
dainty.
ledge to walk over is a lot easier, a lot bigger for him than it is for you.
Is there something to tie the rope to this side, or does someone have to hold it on the other end?
Does anyone have anything to actually? You've got a cliff face from the little cave.
So there's
that
no
you've just
rocks that we
crawled
can
through.
tie it to or anything.
There's not really, like, if you've got a pitten or something to wedge or jam, or is there anything that you've got that you can think of on your person? Otherwise, someone can just hold it
We
and
could
brace.
use the spike quill.
Tie it to a soap bar, but it's about the only thing I've got.
Okay. Interesting.
Just to make
Alright.
it make it harder.
Who's going
Oh.
next?
He holds his smiles, and I'll go.
Okay.
28.
Oh,
When you went no, I was like, oh,
You again cross this very easily. You're astounded, Reg, at just the
I'm
nimbleness of
impressed.
Descartes.
Yes, I'm very impressed.
Flopsy, I'll hold the rope. You cross.
Team death.
Excellent. Great. Now, before I go over, just wrap me once in that rope so that if I fall, it catches me a little bit, and he'll just tie it around him like loosely so it travels with him as a kind of knotty
Okay.
kind of thing.
Oh, so yeah. I know-
yeah,
I know,
yeah, just one wrap around so that if it
And
falls,
you
he's
kind of
caught in
move
it.
with the loop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a safety belt.
Yeah. He's going to do it in 5-foot steps if that's okay. He's not going to rush this thing.
You still have to make an acrobatics check. It doesn't. You cannot game this system with your 5-foot steppage.
18.
18. With an 18, you carefully move across as the, I guess, the elder statesman, even though you're not actually that old, but you kind of make across pretty easily. And the last person to come across is Miles. Now, Miles, you do not have a rope to brace yourself again.
Yes, he does.
Tie on to the end of that. Three of us will hold this end, and if you fall, we'll pull you up.
What I mean by that
lean
is,
on it. Sorry, gotcha now.
Before two characters were holding it, so you could kind of grab it and brace yourself. He's got to do it by himself. Yes, if he falls, he can tie it around his waist and dangle like a yo-yo.
I'm a young spry farmer. I'll do that, but sure, let's give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Oh, 13. You get about halfway across and
dead?
You just kind of slip a little bit and you start to kind of lose your footing across this. Just make a reflex save to see if you can catch yourself.
Brace, boys.
Ooh, that's a natty one.
Oh, on a natty one, you lose your footing and you fall straight off the ledge. Who is holding the rope? All three of you?
I think so. No, okay.
No one.
I was holding it. I was holding it when you came across.
Yeah,
then what happened?
I'd have an armor. I'd have a hand on it.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I
And
did
a
rope.
rope.
So the two characters that are holding the rope are Reg and Kath.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a tug as McCarthy falls down. You hear him slap into the wall below.
Tug and a slap. Okay. Yep.
It's up to you guys to do some strength checks to try and pull
you're
him
a
up.
dex build as well, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, great. This is going to go badly.
I'll aid you.
I rolled 11.
I don't help.
So Miles, you stay kind of where you are. You're going to try.
today, the car.
Are you going to try?
That really hurt.
My dueling wrist.
Hello.
Are you going to try and climb up and help them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if you can do a
climb up
check.
and help us
Pull
to
him
help
up,
him
yeah.
climb up. Brilliant.
Oh, I love this dice. So climb check.
Yep.
22.
Miles, you find yourself on the other side of the crevasse. You've crawled up. You see the figures of Decath and you see Reg on the other side holding the rope, not really assisting you too much. And
Don't worry, I've got it. Just pulls himself up.
That rope is very harsh on my hands.
so you're standing there, panting, having moved across. You've just almost lost your life falling down into a death-defying crevasse. If you didn't have that rope, you probably would be dead right now. And you're kind of looking at these guys. You all make eye contact as all of a sudden you hear a blood-curdling roar emanating, refracting through the cavern that you're in. It's coming from deeper on into the cave complex, but you know it's not too far away.
Oh, God. What's that?
Weapons drawn.
Yeah. There's no other way we can go, is there?
No.
There's just
Back.
one. Yeah,
Down.
but we know that leads out to the snow and
Yep.
no good.
Yeah. The only other way you can go is climb down the crevasse.
Okay. Weapons out. Moving stealthy.
Okay. Marching order, please.
Reg, Decath, Miles.
Is it wide enough to go 2 by 2 in square formation?
Yes, you
Oh.
can go 2 by 2.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
the tunnel's about 10 foot.
23 on stealth. Reggie's warmed up a fair bit
Okay,
now.
so you guys are all stealthing in,
Yep.
trying to make as little
18.
noise as possible.
18 on
Weapons
stealth.
out.
Yep.
6
Okay.
on stealth. He's breathing too heavy.
So, Reg, what did you get?
23.
Okay. Decath?
19.
Miles?
Miles breathing heavily after climbing is on a 6.
Ooh. And,
Flopsy's going to stay 20 feet back like he has before. He's on a 7 as well.
okay, 20 feet back. Who's got the light on them? Because remember, it is pitch black in here.
I gave the rock to Little Nugget.
Oh, that's right. You did. yeah.
Okay, so Reg has got a light coming from him.
And moving stealthily.
You walk into a cavern, and the cavern in front of you kind of changes as you walk further into the cave complex. It abruptly changes halfway along. The far end appears to be part of a room with an ornate floor, a window, and a chair, frozen in time by a layer of ice that surrounds it, just like a glistening layer of ice. In front of one section of ice, you can see a large cat with spots attempting to scratch into the wall to get access to something beyond in the ice. It almost looks like the cave, which is natural, all of a sudden has just turned into a room. There's just half a room just there. And you can even see where the floor meets the unworked stone. It's jagged, like this thing has just been thrust into this area. And there is ice covering that entire section. But you also see that the cat turns, looks directly at Miles, who is making the most amount of noise. And now we roll for initiative.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Does it see Reg and Decath, or is it just
It
focused?
sees all of you, but it definitely turns around. It's startled by you because obviously Miles has made enough noise that it's distracted it from what its task and what it was doing. Let's hear what your initiative checks are. Let's see, Miles McCarthy.
13.3.
Reg,
8.6.
8.6.
Rolled a 2.
Flopsy
5.3.
and Decath,
Just 20.
20.
That's your modifier.
The cat turning around, seeing you there. The front row of you would be Decath and Reg.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Reg with the light source
Mm-hmm.
would probably be attracted to you more than anybody else. It runs at you in full speed. As it runs at you, it jumps through the air. 2 claws rake at you. Let's see if those 2 claws hit. That will be a 21 from one claw as it rakes at you and a 22 from the second claw.
This is really bad.
Those 2 claws both find purchase in your skin. The first claw takes you for 5 points of damage and the second claw takes you for 4 points of damage. The cat then attempts to bite you.
Hang on, 5 then 4.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm down.
Okay. And you see
This is
Reg
really
just
bad.
fall straight on the floor, cat on top of him, Reg down.
Oh, hang on, I'm on 0. No. Am I still up on 0?
You are.
You are, which is sometimes worse.
Don't be on 0. Don't be on 0.
It's about to be worse.
Yeah, no, there we go. I'm
Oh.
on 0. I'm still up.
This is bad.
This is really bad.
So you're still standing, Reg?
On 0.
Okay. It then attempts to bite you. Oh my God, I'm rolling.
Change your
so
fucking dice then.
Good.
Mm.
22.
Yeah.
Yes. And 3 points of damage.
And
from
now
a
I'm
bite
down.
that just you guys just see this cat come running in, claw, bite to the shoulder, and it just grabs onto him as his limp body falls to the floor with a cat on top of it. The next person to go is Decath.
Oh,
You're
Reggie!
standing right next to this, so you get a full attack.
Reginald! 18 plus 5 is 23.
23 is very much enough to hit it.
A rapier, possible critical. 17 to hit
A 17 definitely hits.
is a critical hit.
Oh,
2
yeah,
dice
get it,
damage.
get it, get it.
7 plus strength, 8, 9.
9 points of damage. Boom, your rapier finds its skin and you just pierce it like it's never been pierced before. Miles McCarthy, your go is next.
Miles is going to go, oh God, Reggie's down. He's going to run up and punch this cat in the face.
Like McCarthy cares.
That's not probably going to hit.
Yeah, where's all his 20s now?
Miles rolls a 10 to hit.
Okay, a 10 does not hit. It jumps out of the way. It's deftly dodging you.
Can you make a knowledge check on this cat as well?
You can knowledge nature.
16.
A 16 is enough to tell you that this is a snow leopard.
Oh,
from
this
the
is a
great cat family.
They're endangered.
I wish I knew the Latin for what a snow leopard's name was.
We shouldn't kill it. They're endangered. Sorry, Reg.
They're
very
a
rare.
fantasy world. They're everywhere.
Oh,
around
okay,
here.
fair enough then.
That brings us down to Reginald.
Oh, Reginald, knowing that his replacement is behind the wall of ice that the cat was trying to get to, has
Think positive.
stabilized. I've successfully stabilized.
Think positive, Reg.
Okay, so you have stabilized.
Yes.
You kind of got this cat on top of you. Your prone body. Sorry, I forgot that you were actually down. I thought you were going to be heroic, and then I realized I've killed you already.
Not yet.
Flopsy, it's your go.
Flopsy will reach into his pouch at his belt, pull out 3 different colours of sand, walk 15 feet up to the cat and throw that sand in its face, incanting some arcane words, and then it needs to make a will save.
A will save. Interesting. That is a will save of 6.
It does not succeed against the colour spray that goes towards it.
Oh,
Hit dice, please.
it has 4 hit dice.
A creature of 3 or 4 hit dice is blinded and stunned for 1d4 rounds and then stunned for 1 more round.
Okay, roll a d4 for me. Is that an area of effect spell?
It's a cone, 15
Okay,
foot.
good. Did you just cast a spell within 5 foot of it so you didn't hit your companions?
Nope. 11. 3.
I don't need to make a will save because I'm unconscious, right?
That's correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Hey, Miles,
Yes.
make a will save.
Uh, 7.
So you are now blinded and stunned.
No, he's not. He's one hit dice, right?
Yeah.
You're unconscious, blinded, and stunned for 5 rounds.
So we're lining up a buffet for the cat.
And then
basically.
blinded and stunned for 1 round. And then stunned for 1 round. Unless you're not living.
I really hope my dice are working.
Yeah. Do you remember when I said this was going to be a real short combat?
Awesome.
Mm.
It really is, but not for the reasons I thought. Okay, so you've walked up and you have literally thrown a colour spray out at the party. You've not only hit the cat successfully, but you've also hit Miles, who is right next to it. Probably the better choice, given that it was either Miles or Reg. Miles or Decath, and Decath has actually done some damage.
Mm.
A lot of damage, quite a lot of damage. That brings us back to the top of the round, the cat. That puts you right next to the cat.
15 foot
Cat.
away. 15 foot away.
15 foot away. Okay, so you get those two. The cat is now stunned. What does that mean?
Blinded and stunned.
What? So tell us about
50
stunned and blinded.
Blinded
please.
means you can only attack within a creature 5 foot away.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 50% mischance.
Okay.
And
stunned?
you take a -2 penalty to armor class. You lose your dex bonus to armor class, if any, and a -4 penalty on most strength and dex-based skill checks and on opposed perception skill checks.
Okay.
Anything on vision you can't do.
So he's going to attempt to hit Decath, who struck him with the rapier. He's very upset about that. So he's going to claw out at you. That claw, while it would have struck home really well, because it's blind, you managed to move out of the way as that
Hey.
50% mischance comes into play.
Very good.
And it misses. It then strikes with a second claw. And exactly the same thing happens
Mhm.
on a natural 1.
Oh, nice.
Let's
Fumble,
see if
fumble.
it fumble through. Oh, that is a natural 1 followed by a natural 1. Lindsay, do you have the fumble chart?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an actual fumble. So this is the first fumble that we've done to give people a bit of an idea. If you roll a natural 1 in our game, just like a critical, we roll to confirm. And if you miss again, that is a critical fumble. Mikey, can you please roll a D20 as we consult the critical fumble chart?
Okay, 13.
On a 13, Lindsay, if you would do the honors and tell us what that is on our fumble factory chart.
Fumbler's movements put them severely off balance. They lose dexterity, shield, and dodge bonus to AC for the next round.
Oh, that's awful.
That's good.
That is terrible for this thing.
It's already lost its dex
Oh.
bonus to armor class.
That is terrible. So it's blinded. It's lost its dex.
Mm.
It's just in a very, very
And it dropped its shield.
bad way. Decath, would you like to riposte?
I would. 15 to hit
Definitely hits.
for 9 points of damage again.
Oh, another 9 points of damage. It is not looking great at all. It is well and truly kind of staggering. There's blood just pouring out all over Reg under it. It's really in a bad way. Miles McCarthy
It's unconscious.
on the floor, suffering from party treasure, gets us to Reg, unconscious, on the floor, covered in blood.
Raspy breathing.
Did I say party treasure?
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, what a treasure.
What a treasure. Flopsy, it's your go.
Flopsy will walk up next to Reginald,
Mhm.
which would be 10 foot from the cat,
On the other side of Cat.
and cast Infernal Healing on Reginald's head. Fast healing 1 for the next
I think
minute.
it was my chest that got hit.
The cat's standing on top of Reggie. So it pounced, grabbed Reggie. Reggie's literally fallen under the cat, which is why the cat is bleeding all over him.
But it is blind, right?
Okay, go
So
on.
can you approach a blind?
I'm doing it.
Sorry. Yeah.
So you do it. You get it off.
I do.
What is Infernal Healing, I guess? Is this that spell that you cast on Decath last time?
Correct.
Yes.
So what is that?
1 point of healing.
1 point of
per
healing
turn
every
for 10
round
rounds.
for a minute
For a minute.
Starting with this round
on your turn.
on my turn.
And that brings us back to Le Cats. It's a French cat.
Okay, that's all right. Elven cat.
It's been chasing a skunk all day. Oh, does a 2 strike home?
A 2?
Yes.
No.
That's great because it also missed with its 50% miss chance.
Ah.
And its second claw, natural 1.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
Oh, okay. This is a bit better. That is followed by a 17. So while it misses, it doesn't confirm.
17 does hit. And
Fumble.
Lucky.
it's good.
Oh, yeah. I should have asked. Does 17 hit?
It does.
Okay. That does not confirm a fumble.
Thank you.
Right. Decath.
10 again, 15.
Hits.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage is enough to slice this through its face. You drop the cat onto the ground. It is dead.
Well done.
Well done.
And that is the end of that combat and the end of today's episode. We will see you next time. Fumble through.
Fucking stop touching me, Luke. I'm going to get my backyard
Fracked.
Yeah. Well, they pay you money to come and do it, so I thought
Do
might as
they?
well. Yeah, apparently.
Is that a Groupon deal? I think so. It's all on Reddit.
It's a fracking good time.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, what can go wrong?
What is fracking?
Cause a fracas.